I've been trying to find the exact moment where things stopped being what they were, because it wasn't a fight, wasn't a revelation. It was more like a sentence losing its words. Year one was easy, year one was a decision. Year two was where the edges started to show, the small incompatibility stacking, the kind of thing you only know once you know. I don't have a villain in this story. I don't have a day circled on the calendar. I just have a collection of ordinary moments that I look back on now and understand were it. I lost the plot somewhere in year two, not with a bang, more of a gradual drift. I lost the plot somewhere in year two and kept showing up, not knowing that I did. I was still using the same words for something that had quietly changed into something else. I lost the plot somewhere in year two and spent another year not telling myself. I've done the math on all the dinner conversations where we talked about anything but us. We got good at filling space with comfortable nothing. We confused peacefulness with a lack of fuss. I don't regret the time, I can't regret it, because I was doing my best with what I knew. But I wish I'd been honest with myself a little earlier. That lost feeling wasn't just a phase I was going through. I lost the plot somewhere in year two, not with a bang, more of a gradual drift. I think this is the part that's hardest to talk about, because it means no one was wrong, no one was cruel, just two people growing in different directions with a gap between them no one knew how to close. And I think I knew, I just wasn't saying. Sometimes love is not enough to hold the shape. Sometimes you love someone and still have to let them go. And that kind of ending doesn't feel like an escape. It just feels like loss, a slow, quiet loss of something real. You didn't end it, you just stopped. No conversation, no conclusion, no goodbye. One day you were there, and then you weren't, and the absence arrived before I understood why. I checked if I'd said something wrong. Rewound every interaction looking for the fault. I came up with 100 possible explanations and landed on the one that hurt the most by default. Because when someone disappears without a word, the story you tell yourself is rarely kind. You become the author and the villain simultaneously in the narrative left behind. You ghosted me and left me with the haunting, where the silence shaped exactly like your presence. You ghosted me and left me with the questions that don't have answers, because you're not here to give them. I deserved a sentence, even a hard one. I deserve the respect of knowing what this was. You ghosted me and kept on living while I was stuck in the ambiguity you caused. I've heard people say ghosting is easier for everyone, that the ghost is just conflict, avoidant and afraid. I understand the human logic of it, I just refuse to make it okay. Because on the other end of someone's easy exit is a person asking why in the dark for weeks, is a person building a case against themselves, using the silence as evidence of what it means. You ghosted me and left me with the haunting. I'm gonna let this go eventually, I know that's how this ends. I stop waiting, I move on. I'm gonna get to the other side of the unanswered, and it's gonna mean something that I carried on. You posted a story 8:45, which means you're fine, which means you're alive, which means you saw my message and made a decision, which means I have to stop telling myself you just didn't have time. You like someone's photo at 10:15, you're active, you're present, you're just not here with me. And the internet is making me a detective of a case I don't wanna be solving. Honestly, I know too much and understand too little. The data doesn't add up to an answer that helps. I know you were online at exactly midnight, I just don't know what that means for me or for myself. I saw you active at 2 a.m. and I put the phone down and I picked it back up. I saw you active at 2 a.m. and I started composing and then I gave it up. Because what do you say to someone who sees you and chooses the silence over a reply? I saw you active at 2 a.m. and I decided I needed to stop watching. Why? I've turned off the active status now, for both our sakes, but mostly for my mind, because I was using it as a form of self-harm, watching the green dot like it was some kind of sign. The internet was never meant for heartbreak, or maybe it was built exactly for it. All this visibility with none of the access, all this presence with none of the benefit. I saw you active at 2 a.m. and I put the phone down and I picked it back up. I'm muting you now, not because I'm over it, but because the watching is making it worse. I'm choosing what I let into my field of vision. The algorithm doesn't get to be the thing that hurts. I'll unfollow slowly, or maybe all at once. I'll decide when I'm ready what distance I need. But tonight I'm putting the phone face down for real and letting myself grieve without the feed. Without the feed, just me, just quiet. I sent you something at 2:30. I won't tell you what it said, but you already know. I saw it sitting there in the morning light and felt the specific shame of midnight honesty exposed. I thought about deleting it before you read it, but the ticks were blue by then, the damage done. So I sat with the embarrassment of being human, of needing something and letting it be shown. There's something about the late hour that dissolves. The careful architecture of not needing. At 2 a.m. the wall comes down completely, and all that's left is the honest person underneath. I only say the true things after midnight, when the filter's low and the feeling's high. I only say the true things after midnight, and then spend the morning asking myself why. But maybe midnight me is trying to tell me something about what I actually want beneath the daylight version. Maybe midnight me is less afraid of the answer. Maybe midnight is when I should be paying more attention. You replied the next morning, matter of fact, like you hadn't just received my 2 a.m. confession. You were kind about it, which was almost worse. Kindness as deflection is its own kind of rejection. I said something like, sorry for the late message. You said something like, no worries, and moved on. And we spent the next week building back the distance from the honesty of what I'd said at 1. I only say the true things after midnight, when the filter's low and the feeling's high. I don't wanna only be brave when I'm half asleep. I wanna be that honest in the daylight too. I wanna stop saving the real things for the dark hours, and say them when it actually matters, looking at you. So here I am, it's 2 in the afternoon, and I'm telling you with full awareness what I mean, that I liked you and I meant it, and I'm fine that you didn't. And saying it out loud is the most honest I've been. Most honest I've been. In the afternoon, sober and clear and fine.
Had a funny thing happen at work today. Instinct said tell you, and then remembered the number I've been calling for 3 years is not a call I'm allowed to make in December. So I told the story to the wall instead, and the wall did what you used to never do. It didn't laugh, it didn't add to it, it just sat there the way rooms do. And I realized somewhere in that silence how much space you took up in my daily life. Not just the big things, not just the feelings, but the running commentary. The ordinary twice. Who was I talking to before I met you? Before you were the first call and the last. Who was I sending all the small things to? Before you were the context for my whole day's cast. I've got full bars and no one to call. I got stories with nowhere to go. Who was I talking to before I met you? I genuinely don't know anymore. I've tried calling other people with the small stuff. It feels like I'm speaking a different language now. They're kind about it, but I can tell they're waiting for the thing that makes the story matter. Somehow you understood the references without explaining. You knew the names and the history and the stakes. Building that with someone takes forever, and I don't have the patience that rebuilding takes. Who was I talking to before I met you? Before you were the first call and the last. Who was I sending all the small things to? Before you were the context for my whole day's cast. Maybe the answer is I was talking to myself more. Maybe that's not the track. I noticed the background changed in your last photo. Someone's couch that wasn't yours or mine. I noticed the same mug in 3 different stories, belonging to a context I can't define. I noticed you were somewhere on a Tuesday, when you were never anywhere on a Tuesday before. I'm not looking for it, that's what I keep telling myself. But the algorithm keeps delivering me more. You haven't said a name, and neither will I, but I've done the math on the recent posts, and the math says there's someone in your orbit who's making you the version of yourself you like the most. I see you soft launching someone new in the background of the life you used to show me. I see you soft launching someone new, and I'm watching from an account you don't know I still open. I should close it, I know I should put it down. I should let you build whatever this is in peace. I see you soft launching someone new, and I'm soft launching my grief. The rational part of me is happy that you're happy, or at least it wants to be, and sometimes is. But the other part is doing the comparison between what you gave them and what you gave me, what it is. Did you always have that energy somewhere in you, or is it something that she drew out of you new? Did I just not have the key for the version of you that shows up in those backgrounds being true? I see you soft launching someone new in the background of the life you used to show me. I'm going to close the app for real after this. I'm gonna stop being the audience for a show I'm not in. You get to have your life, I actually mean that. You get to fall into something and begin. I hope the mug is theirs, I hope the couch is warm, I hope they laugh at the things you think are funny. I hope it's easy, I hope it's what you needed. I'm closing the app now, I'm gonna be just fine, honestly. I'm closing the app, I'm fine, I'm fine. I've been trying to find the exact moment where things stop being what they were, because it wasn't a fight, wasn't a revelation. It was more like a sentence losing its words. Year one was easy, year one was a decision. Year two was where the edges started to show. The small incompatibility stacking, the kind of thing you only know once you know. I don't have a villain in this story. I don't have a day circled on the calendar. I just have a collection of ordinary moments that I look back on now and understand were it. I lost the plot somewhere in year two, not with a bang, more of a gradual drift. I lost the plot somewhere in year two and kept showing up, not knowing that I did. I was still using the same words for something that it quietly changed into something else. I lost the plot somewhere in year two and spent another year not telling myself. I've done the math on all the dinner conversations where we talked about anything but us. We got good at filling space with comfortable nothing. We confused peacefulness with a lack of fuss. I don't regret the time, I can't regret it, 'cause I was doing my best with what I knew. But I wish I'd been honest with myself a little earlier. That lost feeling wasn't just a phase I was going through. I lost the plot somewhere in year two, not with a bang, more of a gradual drift. I think this is the part that's hardest to talk about, because it means no one was wrong, no one was cruel. Just two people growing in different directions, with the gap between them no one knew how to close. And I think I knew, I just wasn't saying. Sometimes love is not enough to hold the shape. Sometimes you love someone and still have to let them go. And that kind of ending doesn't feel like an escape. It just feels like loss, a slow, quiet loss of something real. We did everything that couples do, we just never said the word. We had our restaurants and our references, our whole vocabulary that nobody else had heard. You held my hand in public, but you never said what this was. And I never pushed because I was afraid of the answer. So we lived in this beautiful, uncertain in-between, like a song that you can feel but doesn't know what genre it's after. And everyone around us had their theories, and we smiled like we knew something they didn't. And maybe we did, or maybe we were both avoiding the part where we'd have to admit what we were living. We were almost something, almost is the word. A whole relationship that happened and was never heard. We were almost something in the best possible possible way, until almost wasn't enough and we ran out of days. I don't know what to call this when people ask me. I wasn't your girlfriend, but I wasn't nothing either. We were almost something, and almost is the hardest thing to leave behind. I went through the grief without the public acknowledgement, because we were never public in the way that counts. Nobody brought me flowers or checked in properly, because to them it was just a thing that didn't amount, but it amounted. I want that on the record. It was real whether or not it had a name. The almost love is just as hard to lose as the named kind. The unnamed hurt the same. We were almost something, almost is the word. I think almost relationships deserve a ceremony, a proper ending with acknowledgement of what they were. I think we should be allowed to say it out loud, that this happened and it mattered and it hurt. So here is mine. It was real and it was good, and the fact that it was nameless doesn't shrink it. I loved you in the way that you allowed, and I'm choosing now to finally finish it. Finally finish it. Give it a name. Almost was enough.
3 a.m. Not tired, just loud. The kind of loud that lives inside the quiet, where the room is completely still and the noise is all mine. And I've tried the water in the window and the podcast and the playlist, and none of them are louder than the thing that lives in the silence behind my eyes. I used to fall asleep in minutes, used to barely notice the transition. Now the night is something I have to survive, 1 hour at a time, one decision. It's 3 in the morning again, and my brain won't turn off. It's 3 in the morning again, and it's always about you. Always the same thoughts in the same order, always the same ceiling in the same dark. It's 3 in the morning again, and I'm right back at the start. Always you, always 3, always back at the start. I've read about sleep hygiene, I've tried the methods and the routines, I've done the breathing and the body scan and the visualization of peaceful scenes. And some nights it works, mostly it doesn't. Some nights the tools are smaller than the feeling, and I'm left with just the ceiling and the clock and the very particular grief of 3 a.m. revealing everything I've managed not to think about during the hours when there's enough to do. Everything I've successfully postponed until darkness, which turns out to mostly be you. I used to fall asleep in minutes, used to barely notice the transition. Now the night is something I have to survive, 1 hour at a time, one decision. It's 3 in the morning again, and my brain won't turn off. It's 3 in the morning again, and it's always about you. I've started leaving the radio on just to have something else in the room, a voice that isn't mine or memories of yours, filling up the 3 a.m. gloom. It helps a little
slowly, but a little is what I'm working with right now. I'm not trying to fix the 3 a.m. I'm just trying to get to morning somehow. Always you, always 3